There's a timeout down there on the field again. So we can set up the officials once more. The referee of the afternoon is Frank Birch of Early. The umpires, Krieger of Ohio U. The umpires, Krieger of Ohio U. The umpires, Krieger of Ohio U. Johnson, headlinesman, Terry Graves of Illinois. You know, in our pregame summary, we mentioned the fact that every available inch of photographer and newspaper and radio space is being utilized here at the Ohio Horseshoe this afternoon because of the importance of this particular football game between Ohio State and Michigan. Now, there are writers, radio men, and cameramen from all parts of the United States. But this being station WTAM that you're listening to, the Ohio outlet, the Cleveland boys who are covering the game this afternoon, the Cleveland Press, sports editor Franklin Lewis, Dexter Teague, and Dexter, the boy who came here recently, replacing Bob Dudley, a former football writer of the East. And Norman Siegel, radio editor, the press is here as well. For the Cleveland News, Herman Goldstein is doing the covering, and for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, football and hockey writer John Dietrich. And ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a lot of football here. And for the late tuners in, Ohio State scored their touchdown. That's Horvath doing the scoring. The score Ohio State 7 and Michigan nothing. Rather, Stellinghouse, Horvath throwing the pass, and Stellinghouse catching the ball. It was Ohio's ball on the 10-yard line. Stellinghouse threw a pass to Horvath for a very substantial gain, and then with Ohio possession of the ball on the Michigan 10, it was Horvath who threw the pass to Stellinghouse. It was a short pass, not quite as brilliant, of course, as the great pass that Horvath tossed to Stellinghouse in the Illinois game up at the Cleveland Stadium last week. Here's a yell from the Michigan side. Let's hear it, please.
All 35 for Ronaldo.
It must be said that the Michigan student body are on the far side of the field this afternoon. Well, there's a great number of them there. Of course, they're all patriotic as they are at all of our universities, and not quite as many were able to come here to the Ohio-Michigan game this year because of transportation difficulties. Those that are here are making rookie. All right, it's Michigan's ball, first and 10, 43, and the ball goes to Cappius, and Cappius throws a pass out in the flat to Paul White. Paul White grabs that ball at midfield, gets into Ohio State territory on about the 47 before he's cut there by Johnny White. Referee is placing that ball over there on the Ohio State 48-yard line. It'll be second down coming up from Michigan. The ball is being brought in 15 yards from the far side. That was Michigan's ball on their own 43. Single wing to the right. Forward pass completed, so it'll be second down and about a yard or a yard and a half for Michigan. Stellinghouse and safety spot for Ohio. T formation, single wing to the right. Cappius and deep. The ball goes to fullback Weesey tries to make it a first down by piling into the Ohio line, but he's brought down by Bob J. Bush, Ohio's left guard. Not a first down as yet. They still have a little less than a yard to go. Third down coming up. Ball is 18 yards in from the far side of the field. 1 minute, 40 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. As that T formation, Michigan shifts strong to the right again. Ball goes to the fullback, to Weesey, and Weesey piles through there. Not for very much of a game, but possibly a first down. We're almost up to the Ohio State 47. The referee, Frank Birch, is in there over the ball. He's eyeing the sideline. It's awfully close. That linesman is scrutinizing the situation as well. It's close enough for a measurement, and here they come. The headlines from Terry Graves of Illinois brings the line in. They're making that measurement. The captains are over the ball. It's a first down for Michigan. Fourth first down of the afternoon. Ball is on the Ohio State 47-yard line, midway between the sideline markers. And we have 1 minute and 14 seconds of playing time remaining in the first half. Ohio State 7, Michigan nothing. Right, there's that Michigan offensive T formation, single wing, they shift to the right. Cappius is deep, the ball goes to the up back, and he flips it to Cy Hamill. Cy Hamill back to Cappius, and there's a long forward pass, and the ball goes out in the flat, and it is caught out there by a Michigan man who was brought down on the Ohio State 33-yard line. The catcher was quarterback George Cy Hamill. And that play, it was a single wing back, they shifted to the right, and the ball went to Cy Hamill. Cy Hamill rattled the ball back to Weesey. Weesey tried to run Ohio State's left end, and he faded back, gave that ball to Cappius, and then Cappius threw a long forward pass out in the left flat. It was caught by Cy Hamill, and one of the most beautiful wide-open tackles of the afternoon was tossed by Ohio's left end, Johnny White. And Cy Hamill came around Ohio's right end, he grabbed the boy around the shoe top, Cy Hamill tried to jump over him, and he went up in the air and finally landed on the middle of his back, and it was certainly a beautiful tackle to watch. Time out down on the field now. It's the first down for Michigan on the Ohio State 34-yard line. There's 56 seconds of playing time remaining. Play is resumed. The ball has been placed on the Ohio State 34-yard line. The fifth first down of the first half for Michigan. Ohio State 7, Michigan nothing. You have those scores. I know you're all very anxious to hear what's happening in other parts of the world in the football picture. Of course, in these days, talk of these games, you've got a declining company, and all of us in radio, football is secondary. We're thinking this afternoon of the boys who used to play football who are now fighting for you and me. Time in again, Michigan's ball, cheap formation, the ball is passed back to the tailback. Cappius throws a screen pass right at the line, and the ball is caught there by Wishy Weasley, and Wishy catches that ball on the Ohio 25, and he's brought down on the 20 by Gene Feckerty and Les Horvath. That was a screen pass with Cappius in the tailback spot. He took that ball, faded back, and threw a screen pass right where Michigan center Plagelman was standing. The ball was caught by Bob Wishy on the 30-yard line, and he was finally brought down on the Ohio State. Referee is holding the ball, but he places it now on the Ohio State 20. So it'll be another first down for Michigan. 45 seconds of playing time remaining. Question on the play. The officials are having a meeting out there over the ball. Play is resumed. It appears that Michigan will be in possession of the ball on the Ohio State 20-yard line, and it'll be first and 10. Referee and the umpire are still conversing over one of the rules. Play has not been resumed down there as yet. The referee is standing over the ball. The umpire is back in the Michigan hut. All right, they asked Captain Lynn if he's ready, and he says yes. Play is in again. 45 seconds, first and 10 on the Ohio State 20, Michigan ball. Single wing, they shift to the right. Cappius in the tailback spot. Cappius takes the ball and throws a pass out of the flat, and it's caught out there by White, and he is immediately down. He's caught there by Gene Feckerty. Feckerty fading over very beautifully with White running out of the flat there as the tailback. Cappius caught that ball. He immediately shot a pass out to White in the flat, but Feckerty figured the play out very nicely, and he came over and grabbed White just as he caught the ball, and it's a gain of 1 yard. The ball is placed on the Ohio State 19. T formation, single wing right. Cappius deep, man in motion. The man in motion this time is Wishy. The ball goes to Cappius, and a forward pass is shot over in the right flat, but it was knocked down by Bill Bickler. The potential receiver on the play was Whistler. Now, Whistler is the left tackle for Michigan. However, Michigan shifts into a 5-1 offense. Now, those of you who understand the parlance of football, that's an offensive 5-1 line, enabling Whistler to become eligible. He becomes the Michigan left end. So in that particular play, he sought to catch Ohio State by surprise. Whistler eligible, and threw the pass out to him, but it was knocked down by Bickler. It's third down and 10, Michigan. Ball on the Ohio State 19. Michigan out of the signal huddle. They check signals. The watch is on them. Here they come. 13 seconds of playing time remaining. Cappius in the tailback spot, man in motion. It's Wishy in motion. Cappius has the ball. He fades back, and he throws a long forward pass. It is good. Wishy has it, and he is down on the 2-yard line. It was Wishy, the fullback, out there in the flat. He was knocked down by Sorryhouse, and we have 1 second of playing time. There's the click of the gun. And Michigan with the ball on the Ohio State 2-yard line. And that beautiful forward pass that was caught by Cappius to Wishy. Wishy was over there in the flat. He grabbed that ball, and the tackle was made by Les Horvath and by Paul Sorryhouse, but that was awfully close for Ohio State. And the crack of the gun went off with Michigan in possession of the ball on the Ohio State 2-yard line. At the end of the first half, Ohio State 7, Michigan nothing. This is Tom Manning speaking from Columbus. And now, ladies and gentlemen, those scores come in. Frank Bradley.
Well, thank you, Tom, and we'll have those scores for you, ladies and gentlemen, in just a moment. But according to the latest instructions from Washington, gasoline is being rationed in this area beginning December 1st. And from that day on, you must turn in coupons for every gallon you buy. Your Atlantic dealer hopes you'll use your coupons at his place. And there are certain reasons why we believe it will pay you to buy all your gasoline at the Atlantic side. You see, when you stop for Atlantic White Flash, you get good Atlantic service. Service designed to help keep your car rolling. Your Atlantic dealer will gladly help guard your precious tires. He'll look for anything he can do to help your car run more efficiently and last longer. So bring your coupons to your Atlantic dealer and take advantage of helpful Atlantic service. And now here are the scores we have at the present time. Detroit 7, Arkansas nothing, and that's in the first quarter. Boston College 12, Boston U nothing at the half. Dartmouth and Columbia nothing to nothing in the first quarter. Duke 19, North Carolina State nothing, half. Fordham 13, Missouri 6 at the half. Georgetown 7, George Washington nothing, a first quarter score. Harvard and Yale a scoreless tie in the first quarter. Holy Cross and Manhattan, Holy Cross nothing, Manhattan nothing in the first quarter, and so for Illinois and Great Lakes nothing to nothing in the first quarter. Lafayette 7, Lehigh 7. That's a third quarter score. Michigan State 7, West Virginia nothing in the first quarter. Minnesota and Wisconsin. Wisconsin leading in the first quarter. The score Wisconsin 7, Minnesota nothing. North Carolina 7, Virginia nothing in the first quarter. And here's the score. Ohio Wesleyan 13, Western Reserve nothing at the half. Oklahoma nothing, Temple 7 at the half. Penn State and Pittsburgh nothing to nothing at the half. Army 6, Princeton nothing in the first quarter. Rutgers and Syracuse a scoreless tie in the first quarter. William and Mary nothing, North Carolina Pre-Flight nothing in the first quarter. And for all you Ohio listeners, this is an important score. Canton McKinley 6, Massillon nothing in the first quarter. Well, those are all the scores we have on hand right now. We'd like to take you back out to Tom Manning for a recap of this first half of the Ohio State-Michigan game, which has turned out to be a bang-up game so far in the game so far. And the first half, the score, as you know, is Ohio 7, Michigan nothing. All right, Tom Manning.
20,000 students in the 40-acre campus, we honor you. When it comes to the...
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back at the Ohio Stadium. I hope that you enjoyed those scores, and your Atlantic neighborhood dealer will bring you more scores during the playing of the third and fourth period of the Ohio State-Michigan game. Now we want you to hear all of the band music from this great 120-piece Ohio band. They're paying their tribute to the Michigan side, so let's listen. That laughing down on the field, the Ohio State band, to the tune of their Führer's Face, the band two-steps into a large outline of the hated Hitler. They play a chorus in the first of the tune. At the end of this tune, there'll be another chorus. That'll be taken up by a small German band which invades the stadium through the ramp entrance. That's at the end of the stadium. Here they come now. Listen to that German band, and everybody's roaring.
So we all join in singing to us the